welcome to Four Real Talkers. I'm Bobby.
I'm Jen.
No Katmando.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the biggest challenges of a black man. We're going to be asking Katmando what some of his big challenges are just as a black man and seeing how it actually could correlate with your relationship of having big challenges as well.
Yeah.
So, Kat, what you got to say, brother?
Being a black man, just staying alive is the first thing.
Okay.
It's hard for a black man out here.
Right.
With all of the stigmas that they have on us, that some people are deadbeat dads, and some black men don't want to work. And
right.
They got so many things that they put on us as the black man to belittle us and put us down.
Yeah.
But the challenge is just being prominent, just being a part of your community, and being relevant to things. With family and friends. That those are the hardest challenges. Because you got so many people that's so opinionated and objective to everything. It's hard to have common ground with people because people don't want to agree to maybe what you might be believing in, or what you might have faith in, even that.
Right.
So it's that part.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that part.
Okay. So, Jen, you got anything to add, or?
Well, I know we was talking about like the last week we were touching on the biggest challenges of a black woman.
Yeah.
So this week we decided to get the opinions on the biggest challenges for a black man. But what is the biggest challenges in a relationship with a black man?
That's a lot of things. So look at the struggle that we got to go through. It's just being alive first.
You got to get the words out first.
Not going to jail. Staying alive. Being prominent in your neighborhood, and then the relationship part is, to me, I don't see it. I love a challenge, so it's different for me. I love to have to be challenged to something to bring the best outcome for myself and the people around me.
Right.
So that could be the relationship with my family, with whoever I'm trying to be with. I want to make sure that whoever the person that I'm trying to have this relationship is, make sure that they're happy about what we're trying to build together. Because if it's healthy, then it can be happy.
Absolutely.
And then listening is the thing I learned the most. You got to listen to the black woman and find out what her need. If you're not listening, brothers, it ain't going to never work. You got to have an ear and not be so quick to run your mouth, but hear what she's feeling and saying. Because women are very emotional creatures, and we are not as emotional. And then the masculinity thing about being the man and being the macho and all of that. We got to be sensual.
Yes.
And tone that down with all that masculinity stuff when you get home with the woman. I know that the endeavors in life and the job and corporate America and your neighbor and stuff can get to you, but when you walk inside that door to that woman that you're trying to build a relationship with, your first objective can't be your own.
Right.
It has to be, all right, let's find out what kind of day she had first before you even think about yourself.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because most men, they don't want to talk about nothing anyway. You just want to keep it concealed anyway.
Yeah.
So at least listen to her and find out what it is, and then you can coach yours and keep it and go to sleep on it.
Yeah.
Like we do.
Yeah.
Or go to the gym or something and work out.
It's okay. I'm going to say that I think that's a problem, though, to just focus only on how her day went, and you just gonna listen to her and keep yours in and go to sleep.
No, I'm just saying. No, that's true. I don't agree to that. I'm saying that's what black men do. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what we do. But that's not the right way. No.
Yeah.
But a lot of us do that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much. That's what we normally do.
Yes.
Some of us.
Yes.
Now, some of us got it together. Some of you brothers really got it together, and you are very communicative. You got to be able to communicate. That's the key. It's communicating and making sure that you expressing yourself, and both sides are comfortable about the discussion of where are we going or what are we doing. Just a lot of times people just not really concerned about how a person's day was once they had theirs already. See, so men have to learn that part, because it is important to know that. And then if you are receptive, and being receptive is a great part of the relationship. It's discussing what kind of day you have, because men don't normally like to do that.
Right.
See, but it's a good thing.
I think so. You too.
Some men say that it could be a weakness when you be too open and receptive to a woman, because a woman could could
Yes.
use it against you.
No.
So you got to
Really?
learn that all women aren't like that.
That's
you
right.
might
Yeah.
have a friend that's that way, but most women it's not like that. So
Right.
you don't want to think like that. So that's the
Sorry,
whole thing.
y'all.
So we gotta call in. Sometimes we take calls in, but today we're not gonna take calls in. But next week, right, we're gonna have some callers in. We want to call in, and the viewers, we want to know what y'all thinking, and we want to give you some insight and enlighten you all what's going on before we.
They calling in already. They calling in already. It's too soon. It's too soon. But you know what? I agree with you because I mean it goes both ways because I want to know how your day is as well. I don't want to be selfish and just bombard you with a whole bunch of other things that you just dealt with the outside world. Yes, I like the fact that you said leave it at the door, but bring it in with you so we can discuss it. We can build up each other. You know, I like a man testosterone, but I want a Ralph Tresvant like, girl, I know it's been hard.
That's right.
That's right. I want sensitivity. So like, I left you so sad. Like,
this is the kind of woman you may need.
That's what I want. I don't mind that.
Bring that to the table. That's great.
Well, no, it goes recording content.
Yes. Well, maybe we can work on that. I'm doing music. You know, shout out to
But you know, like I know that the man, even growing up, like the man was my father was the provider. He bring home the bacon, whatever, and you just, and he's the alpha male. But it's okay to also show your sensitive side and say, I had a hard day. You know what happened to me at work, whatever. Absolutely. So I could just rub it back like, it's okay, baby. All right. Let me tell you what happened to me so we could compare stories. We can compare war stories. You know what I mean?
That's
great.
That's healthy.
When you saying like I want my partner, we could be evenly yoked. If we both cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, then let's do it together. Like, you know what I mean? Or the yin and yang, like you even me out. When I'm coming here, when you coming in like I'm the one to calm you down. Right. Like my father, everybody scared of my father, like, because he's tall, right? But my mother's the only one who could be like, now you know, and I like that because you don't want to come home and then you want to run back out the door, right? Because when you come home, you're like, so that is a challenge because sometimes couples don't have that type of dialogue and dialect where they feel like they want to go home. That's why they'll hang out in the streets with their friends because they be like, or in a barbershop. Anyway, because they don't want to go home. They want to stay out because they don't like what's at home. So
well, that's true. And then sometimes in some cases, like women, when you do have a guy that finally comes and he opens up to you and he's sharing, we can't put the guy down.
No, you can't say, "Oh, he's so weak." No, don't do that.
You cannot.
Demasculate.
You cannot demasculate a man and then expect him to be this great grand of a man that you really want, right? Yeah. So you got to be receptive enough to be able to know that he's going to have some cries the same way we have cries. Yeah. And I'm sorry, ladies, but even if he shed a tear,
I don't think that's weak.
Tissue. Get the piece of tissue.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Or give him a couple little pet kisses on that tear.
What is wrong with that? Like if he cried, like I don't think that's weak. Like what does that mean?
I don't.
I'm just sensitive to some things.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you eat rocks for breakfast. Like some guys are like, no, I'm tough. Like calm down. Like you can show, let it out.
Because men. Yes, because they have issues and challenges. Same way we have issues and challenges. And I say issue, but I do want to kiss you if you have a little issue. Okay? So tell me. Yes, you need to open up to your woman right after you said, baby, how was your day?
Yeah.
We want to know how yours was and tell us, if it was something difficult and challenging. We're not going to demasculate, right, ladies?
No.
We're not, because we want to keep them encouraged so that they know that they have a safe space and this is a safe place of love without judgment. So come to us.
I agree.
We don't need to have that as a challenge anymore. We need to encourage.
Y'all ladies hear that? Y'all got to listen. I have a suggestion.
Yes.
And y'all have my full support. I got plenty of black men that will support y'all. Y'all need to have a study group or some type of a workshop to
Okay.
teach these younger and some of these older cougars on how to
He
treat
said
their
older
men that they
cougar.
have, how to keep your man.
Okay.
And then, because y'all got to understand into this, and y'all need to teach these ladies out here that don't know, because some of
Listen.
y'all don't know.
No, I'm
And they
learning.
need to know.
I'm learning as I go
And
along.
inquiring minds of women need to know what you ladies know so that they can have this healthy, happy, productive, enlightening relationship
Mhm.
that you women know how to do.
But you know what it is?
Mm.
No, because for me, I learned as I go through it. Like I didn't this person right now is not who was a few years ago or who she was last week or yesterday, even whatever. But I'm learning as I go. Like I'm growing and learning at the same time or whatever. So I can just say, listen, if I was you, I wouldn't do that. But I'm still learning because tomorrow I might revert. I might have a relapse.
That's honest.
Okay.
And act like a barracuda. But at the same time, I still know, like, you know what, Jennifer, you shouldn't do that or whatever. So I am learning. I don't think that we as women sometimes in general in life we have to go through things because somebody could tell us to with blue in the face.
Right.
Okay. We have to grow through, learn it.
Don't just go through it.
Grow through it.
Right.
I like that.
I like that.
I like it.
Yes.
Yes. And once you find yourself growing through what you've gone through, you're gonna also realize you're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I like that. Not stress.
That's right.
Tag. That was a tag. I like that.
Blessed to be stressed. So
exactly.
Be blessed, not stressed. I mean, talk about things that definitely could help with stress. Nobody's saying it's gonna take away every issue. Or every challenge, but it's a start.
That's a start.
It's definitely a start.
Yeah.
But one thing that you two have that I love, that a lot of these women need to work on, is having a great sense of humor. In the worst situation and condition,
I gotta laugh at myself.
Relationship, sometimes you have to find laughter and humor in that to get past it, so you won't be carrying around like baggage. So these two young ladies are good at that and having that sense of humor, and that attracts a man because a man wants to laugh. A man wants to have a good time. So even if the worst condition, if he ain't treating you right, if to laugh at it, say, you know, I'm laughing, but this ain't right, and you need to straighten this out. You know, it's funny, but it's important for you to correct this. I can laugh at it now, but we got to get past this with a little laughter. But you got to handle this.
Listen,
so that's important, brothers.
I'm sorry, but do you think that, like, sometimes if you approach the guy with more of a smile in your voice and face when you're saying something that you already know is hard to say to him, that it's going to be a bit of a blow for him? If you approach him with a smile in your voice and your face, and maybe he'll listen. Do you think maybe he'll be more open to listening?
I can answer that for him.
As opposed to having attitude.
You get more bees with honey.
Yep, that's right. You gotta charm your man into being whatever, and you mold him to whatever you be offering your charm. Women are charming. Women, y'all have this charm, this appeal about yourself just by being a woman, and by having a sense of humor with something that you want to check and correct. Then having a sense of humor with it and being charming with it and witty is better than being nagging. Listen, you know what I'm saying. You don't have to do it that way.
I've been through so much. I could be a comedian and take my show on the road. That's what I could do because I have to laugh at. I mean, it's one of those my coping mechanisms. I have to laugh at a lot of the things that I go through because I'm like, listen, if I get too heavy with it, life is too short anyway. So again, he's right about the humor. You know, like, listen, like you handling me kind of crazy, like you know. So at this, I learned instead of going in like, you know, and ready to, you know, get in the ring. You know,
it puts them on defense.
Right. Put them on defense.
The minute you come with that too, it puts the person on defense, and they're not really even going to hear what you're saying, right? Because they're already preparing.
Wall is up already.
And in your mind,
they ain't hearing nothing.
And in your mind, you already preparing your rebuttal.
That's it, and not listening to me.
So you're not really listening. So you're not taking it in. So that challenge, that big old challenge in that relationship, it stays right there. So it's not just a big challenge for the black man. It's for the black couple.
Right.
Yep,
or that couple in that relationship.
And laughter is healing in relationships.
Yeah, it is.
To laugh at something that was tragic then fix it and go, I remember when you cheated on me. I want to bop you upside your head. You know what I'm saying? But me and my man, we so past that now. But we had our times, and then you could just, make it into a joke about the antics or the things that he used to do, and how you wanted to bop him upside his head, but now he don't do it no more.
Right.
Because my mom was quick like that with my dad, but she would always make the suggestion, but she was never a nag. She said, "You keep this mess up, I'm gonna bop you upside your head." And then she would laugh, and then he would laugh, and then he wouldn't do it no more. See, so it's a way you can do that and make it healthy, keep it healthy. Keep that healthy happiness in the relationship in the worst condition of an argument where nobody don't want to give in, both of y'all want to be right. It's got to be some common ground where, okay, now you need to be laughing. And look at this. Both of y'all, nobody don't want to give in. And everybody being tough and hard. And now both of y'all sitting there making a fool of yourselves. And ain't nobody listening to nobody. You got to laugh at that. And say, okay, this is a joke now. We got to do better than this now. We can't both, you out talking me, I'm talking to you. You getting louder, I'm getting louder. And now the whole neighborhood here, but we ain't getting nowhere.
Nothing
so
done.
Now let's just laugh at this and calm it down. And then just figure this out. And then let's make some mental notes on how we can work on this. And then we can laugh at it later. And then the sex makes it greater when you make up, Well,
I want to shift it a little bit because I find another big challenge, whether it's in a current relationship or a past relationship or maybe relationships that we know of, friends and family. A big challenge is finances. Like, we can't ignore that.
Yes.
Finances is one of the biggest challenges in a relationship.
Absolutely.
It's also one of the main reasons why.
Break up.
Yes.
50%.
Yes. And you can't even get down the aisle. They're not married. Finances, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, when do you think you should discuss, your finances or your financial situation when you're in a relationship?
Wow.
Ooh,
when I think if you're shacking up, you should start talking about it, because if you're shacking up and if it goes from I'm engaged, I don't want to tell you when you put the ring on for him. By the way, I got these credit card bills that I don't want to do that. I think that if you're getting serious in the relationship, or if you're living together and you plan to take it to the next level of getting married, before you get that ring or decide, or maybe not saying that that's the deciding factor,
right?
You know what I mean? But maybe you should talk about it. Like, look, this is what's happened, because I've had that. That's a hard conversation to have, and I've had it, a few times.
Okay.
But
both parties have to be honest about it, because we got to feel in a comfortable enough space.
Yeah.
Where we can be vulnerable with your partner. If you're not feeling vulnerable, you got to see, is it something that your partner's doing or not doing that's causing you to not be able to be vulnerable with them, or is it just you?
Yeah.
But I think the sharing has to come from both people.
Yeah, I agree.
Both people need to share, but don't try to just find out, my business
without
telling me yours.
That's right.
But I absolutely would say, I think discuss it at the point in time where you're going to live together. I wouldn't even wait for the marriage. If we're about to live together, I need to know, you need to know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to mean that, okay, like, let's say your credit is bad, or you don't make as much money as the other person, right? That doesn't mean it's not going to work out, but how can you work on that challenge of fixing something when you don't know what it is, right? So if you share that, before you move in, then you guys have time to talk about it and see how we can get out of this debt, right? Or how we can make some more money, maybe even together.
That's right.
Maybe even together. Maybe.
That's great.
And you know
that's
what?
a great one right there.
Yes, figure it out in advance before we even get together. Because for one thing, I'm going to say this. I don't believe in going to the next level in any relationship when there's a serious issue. I'm like, why are we going to the next level when we got this issue right here, right now?
That's right.
You can say, I want to marry you, but we got to fix this before we go to that next relationship. That next level. So we got to talk about it. You need to know before you even move in together. If there's finances is a problem, see how we can fix it.
That open discussion.
You got something to say about it? Because I want to come back.
You have to have that open discussion. I know a couple that when they moved in together and they started having financial problems, he didn't blame it on her and said, "You spending too much money, you need to budget." He said, "You like to spend more than me."
Oh, okay.
See, and that's the thing. So look, let's start something together that we can make some money on, so you can spend more, then I can spend more too. And so they came up and did a business together, so that way that made them even closer, because they started making money together, and then they had more money to spend.
That sounds good too. But when you think about it, starting a business, being an entrepreneur is not always an easy thing, and it's not
No,
for
it's not.
everybody.
It's
It's
not.
not in everybody to do that.
Mm-mm.
But I commend people for having that thought process and wanting to put that effort out there. But let's say these people are not interested in entrepreneurship. Like, how are they going to fix it? Maybe get a second job. Maybe write down all the bills and expenses that you have and that he have, and let's see where we can cut them. Because living together, we're not going to have two cable bills. You know, we can figure that out. Or maybe if we combine our phone plans with one plan, you know, one provider, maybe that's going to be a little less. It's going to save some money right there. So you got to kind of put it all together and figure it out.
Put it down on paper. Put everything on the table.
Yeah.
That's it. To me, just putting everything on the table. Like you're right. You know, you're right. That you might not want to become an entrepreneur. You might say, okay, I'm gonna get a second job. I'm gonna work some extra hours, or let's figure out the bills so we can cut back on certain things, or cut down on certain things, so that we can save for our future. Because I want a future with you, regardless.
Figure
you know.
it out.
So
let's figure that out. And then, go ahead.
No. I'm done on that.
Now, so when I think about finances, now what about when the woman is the breadwinner in the relationship? Like she's making a substantial amount more than the guy. Like I think that's also one of the big challenges in a relationship. Do you guys see how it cannot be a challenge? Like, is there anybody have any advice or anything about that?
I don't, but I can't. I can't say, but I don't. I know that I dated someone who told me the person before him made him feel small, or made him feel less of a man because she made more money than him, and he said from that day on he never wanted to be like, you know, in a place where he was dependent or felt like, you know, somebody would make him feel small because he made more. I don't feel that way, but he did acknowledge that he said that's why I am the way I am, because she made me feel like, you know, and I you know, I can't identify, so I really couldn't give advice on it, but I know that would make a person feel, even if it was a woman, you know, if somebody's going to constantly make me feel bad about not making as much as they make, or throwing it in my face every time they do something for us or for the household, or constantly reminding me of their financial status, I'm like,
been there.
You can let me tell you what you can do with it, and I'm going to tell you what you can do with it, and be like, all right, let me just exit stage left, because I can't wear that every day, but you know, and I don't need you to constantly remind me. Like, I get, you know what I mean? Yes, I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate how you have carried the situation. However, do not in when times get a little rough, or we might not be in a good place, don't use that as your don't use me as target practice, like because you're making me mad now. I'm making you mad now. You want to throw it at my face? That part, like, that's
not cool. Women don't do it to the man, but men do that to you. Don't do it to your lady.
It goes on both sides.
Yes, don't do it.
No.
You know,
so
absolutely.
It is a very sensitive and subject.
It is.
Finances. I mean, it's almost just as difficult as talking about cheating. Like, finances is a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is.
But I can tell you this: if you know my millions or whatever, you know, I'm not saying I am or not, or what's going to happen in the future, because I don't. If I'm gonna take care of you. If I love you, I'm gonna be with you. I might bless you secretly, because even I said, for me, even my past, there's some past relationships that I want to go back and like bless them later, like secretly. And now don't talk to me no more. Here you go. And I don't care if you like married or not, like, because I want to bless you for
because
how
I looked out for you before.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Beautiful.
But now don't try to come calling me now like, what's up, big head? Don't.
I don't know if they broke the mold after Jennifer, because I don't know if I'm going back. I don't know. No, I don't know if I'm going back 20 years ago to pull somebody up and say, hey, I remember when. But I mean, if they fall into my lap,
it's only like two or three people that I'll be like, you know what?
So sweet.
That's
so
really
sweet.
I know that I would do that. But
I'm not looking for you. But if you happen to just be actively in my life and we talk, I can remember, when something was one way and now I have been blessed and I'm not stressed.
I like that.
Definitely. Still
and if we are in a relationship, and if I have more than you, and I love you sincerely, I'm not going to remind you of that, or because I'm just gonna make sure that we good together, and I'm gonna give you the tools, meaning the financial resources to get where you need to be.
Jennifer,
period.
Why you couldn't have been a man's
I'm gonna be like, here now, and I would say, don't come back for no more. But this is what you need. I want you to excel. And I love you to death. Now, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
Because in a relationship, it's a we.
Yeah.
It's a we.
That's right.
It's a we. It's not it's a we and a us. It's not a you and me.
Yeah.
We can't win that way. You got to have that process of us and we. So I'm with you on that 100%. I mean, I definitely, if I'm sharing just a little bit, and it was quite some years ago, I actually believed I was in a relationship, and I believed in a guy. He was an entrepreneur, and he tried different things, and I really believed in him and wanted to see him successful. So I was the breadwinner, and I stepped up and I did a whole lot of things. I didn't share that information with family members, and my best friend knew, but I didn't really share it a lot because people will judge you. They will judge your relationship, and then they get into your mind. And
they're gonna be like, "You stupid! What you doing that for?"
Absolutely.
Like,
but I did it, and I to support him as best as I can. But you got to have time limits too, because at the end of the day, I don't want it to be 20 years later and you didn't get there, and I'm still doing the same thing. So but eventually, I can't lie. I can be honest with you guys. I eventually had to jump off that ship because I was approaching a certain age, and I wanted to be able to put the glam in glam. I'm like, I want to have another baby, and I want to get married, and this process is just years. It's taking it's really taking too long. But let me just say, eventually, years later, I mean, he became very successful. He's always going to be special and have a special place in my heart, even though he's no longer with us. God bless him.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So it was a learning experience, and I'm just sharing that to say that if you truly love someone and you know they love you and that they're a good person and they possess almost all the qualities of what you're really looking for, and they're supportive, and you adore them and you adore each other. Don't run out on your good man if you really love him just because his finances might not be where yours are. And I'm talking to younger people because, of course, if you like a certain age, like that senior age, you probably don't want to try to start all over, at that age. But when you're a little bit younger, there's time to grow, right? So don't just go through it, grow through it. And that's my advice.
I love that.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I like that.
Because you can exchange that good man that you truly loved, who was the bomb in all kind of ways and treated you well, and you truly adored him, and vice versa. Those feelings were returned, and you jumped off ship a little bit too soon because of finances, and then you end up with a guy who's got the money, but he's trying to have the control, and he's not treating you right. So I don't know. I don't want to say
22 to that.
Yeah.
Can be one.
She's right.
You gotta know what really is most important to you, and don't be scared. Don't be scared to be a leader. Step up. You can be a leader quietly. Don't be a leader in the sense where you're all up in your man's face, all bodaciously up in your man's face. Yeah, because I got the money. I got the money. And you want to be stingy with your loving too, because you feel like the money controls, right?
That's right.
You don't want to be that way either. So I'm going to go right back to what Kat said from the beginning, communication. Communication is important, honest communication, and we need to talk. When you come home and ask me how my day went and I share with you, please tell me the good, the bad, as we say, the ugly.
And the ugly.
Yes, let's talk about it all and figure things out.
Yeah.
So, anybody else have anything else to
No,
add?
you said it.
Yeah,
Y'all
pretty
said it
much
all.
I mean, I had my own little ways that I would do, living with someone and being married.
Mm.
That the first thing I was to do, just so I could have my way. Listen
Mm-hmm.
to this man. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing I do is ask her how she doing, give her a hug and a kiss, and either set the bath for her, give her a massage. So the rest of the
Whoa,
day, whenever
yeah.
I decide, I'm gonna have my way because I
Yeah.
already made everything very enlightening
You
and
set the
very
tone.
inviting.
You set the
So
tone.
I set the tone.
He
So I
sure
love to give a
did.
massage. Let me set the bath for
I
you.
love
I'm gonna
massages.
cook. I'm gonna cook today.
What?
And you better take a bath. When you get out there, you get out of that bath. You know, you get that rub down. You know, even if I don't do nothing now, it's set up for later. And then when after we eat dinner, and you start talking about dessert, I said, guess who the dessert is? So I'm telling you, gentlemen, you gotta. If that's how you want to have your life be in your relationship,
Listen.
those are the things you need to do if you want to have your way.
You don't know.
See, if you want to try to make it about something different, then that's what
Yeah.
it is. If you do those things, I promise you cannot go wrong. If you do that when you walk in the door, you got to come in the door with that attitude. Because whatever it is that she was going through, she might not even tell you after you do all the things.
Listen.
She don't even want to talk about it.
You
She
don't
said,
know
I was going to tell you,
what you
but
just
I don't
said.
even want to hear it now.
That's a jewel. No, I'm just saying what he just
You gotta
said.
start it.
Like he opens up. That will open up so many doors.
Massages,
Yes, it will.
It'll be like
back rubs, toe rubs,
whatever you like.
Just some other things. Just some other things.
Even if my toes don't look pretty, you still
Yes,
massage them?
yes. Soak them. Look, soak them first. And then after they dry, you massage them and rub them down. And you work from the feet up.
Myra needs
You work to
to
the feet up.
Okay, right.
Trust me, it
Exactly.
I promise you.
It sounded like, that saying, a happy wife is a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I heard someone say this to me just the other day. A happy spouse keeps an amazing house. Okay, so let's make it go both ways. Amen.
Right.
Amen. Now mine is happy giving, happy living.
Right.
So as long as you giving, the living's gonna be good. You got to keep giving.
I like that.
Don't be so quick that even if it's an argument, whatever, just keep being you. Keep giving. You can kill it with kindness and you don't give in.
Yeah.
Because they're emotional creatures. Like you keep being mad, he just keeps showing you love, it's gonna break down.
Okay.
Just keep it love.
This has been so interesting, Jen. Do you have any final words?
No, you guys said it all. I think this is very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. You can find us on YouTube at For Real Talkers. You can find us on Instagram at For Real Talkers.
Yep. Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Facebook. It's the number